Welcome to the RSP NFL Lens. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. When it comes to running back Damien Harris, the New England Patriots, and looking at his debut for the 2020 season, we're going to start at the end because it's a curious ending that says a lot about the beginning of this game. Here it is, fourth quarter, I formation. You're going to see him here work towards the front side of this play behind the lead blocker. He's going to spot the leverage here on the back side. He's going to plant. He's going to cut back. He's going to get about 4 yards on the play. Why this is curious is this is the only real cutback I saw from Damien Harris all game. The only one. And I started thinking, did I forget about Damien Harris and what I scouted about him at Alabama? So I pulled up the rookie scouting portfolio from the 2019 draft season, and I'm reading here, Harris successfully runs zone and gap schemes. He alters his pacing to set up blocks. He'll occasionally use some stride alteration. He needs to do this a little more often instead of depending as much on jump cuts and jump stops, although both are excellent choices in the moment. Harris has the patience to press and cut. He has the dynamic cutting ability to work from left guard to right tackle and accelerate out of the move, although not as dynamic as backs like LaShawn McCoy or Matt Forte during their primes. Harris has enough hip mobility to drop his weight, execute sudden stops, and bounce runs to the perimeter. Well, all right, but I'm not seeing much of that in this game. As I go back to the beginning, not much stride alteration, just kind of straight line running here. I mean, you watch it again from this point of view, this particular play, as he approaches the exchange point with his quarterback right here. I mean, I'm looking at this, and there's a softer spot on the backside. As I'm approaching the front side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders who are basically facing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. So it's a 6-on-6 if you include Harris with the ball. This backside looks a little bit more appealing here if you just set it up with another step. But he automatically just kind of leans into the side and just commits. And if he takes maybe one more step and doesn't lean so much, but just kind of works towards that 7 on number 47's jersey here in front of him, he could maybe cut back to this backside and get more yards in the soft area where there are fewer defenders, but doesn't do that. And then I watch this play and I'm like, where did Damien Harris go? Because here he is following number 47, works to the inside. I like that. And look at this big space to be able to bounce further outside. I don't see him even considering that. At this point, I'd love to see him plant and bounce further outside. He just works inside all the way, gets wrapped up by an interior defender that he should have been way outside of at this point. I mean, there was so much room to this side on, this left side for him. Look at him. Just way off track. I would like to see him, starting here, get really further to the outside. And he has the dynamic cutting ability, at least in college, to do it. Didn't do it here. Here's another one where I'm waiting for Harris to set up the inside, the outside by going inside here and then working to the outside shoulder, reading the leverage of the defender collapsing inside, knowing that he has a lead blocker to help seal that and make that bounce right now. Nope, he stays inside. Gets wrapped up by that defender. It's a 6-yard gain, but this could have been a 10 or 15-yard gain. And I know many of you are watching this going, Matt, he had over 100 yards on the night, right? Yeah, because they run a lot of gap schemes, and he was basically getting straight forward, straight downhill, following those gap blocks, doing a good job with that, showing that stiff arm, finishing strong. Not bad. Here's a well-blocked toss play. Again, gap principles in effect. Very good in terms of setting up his 2 lead blocks. Stiff arm to finish strong out of bounds. Fine. And then, here's the big red carpet run right here where they basically open up a huge crease up the middle. And he does a good job of at least getting close to the line to press that, to keep it inside, and then open up the outside gap there and being able to outrun the safety's angle and get 41 yards. But this is not the creative Damien Harris that I used to see at Alabama. I mean, this guy looks like a much more scaled back version. Maybe he's being cautious. He's a little nervous. Maybe there's some rust to his game. But this is not the cutback artist that I've seen in the past. So it's something that's interesting to be able to look forward to in future games? Is he going to develop a little bit more comfort with his cutback game, or is he going to continue to be kind of a straight line plotter who gets wrapped up on plays where he should have been able to gain a lot more? If this last play is any indication where he makes this cutback that I showed in the beginning, I think it will come. But even then, it's not the most dynamic cut that I've seen him make, and he missed a lot of cutback opportunities or bounce out opportunities in this game. So it's going to be interesting to monitor him and see how much his game has changed or has been stifled with the time away from the field preparing to get an opportunity in New England. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP NFL Lens videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, mattwaldmanrsp.com.